Hi everyone, welcome back to Bobby and Cece. So today we thought we would bring you our 2020 favorites. Now that does not necessarily mean that this makeup was released in 2020, it just means this is what we have been using and have discovered a love for within the year of 2020. Let us say that all of our stuff, almost all of our stuff is base related because as you know, everybody should have been wearing masks. Should have.
So, not many lip products. Actually, I don't have any, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't either.
Not that I didn't love a lip product this year, but like...
This is not the year of lip products.
It really just is not, so...
So, if you would like to see more, don't forget to like and subscribe and keep on watching.
Alright, so we are going to start off with the only one that we have in common. And I can imagine that you already know what it is. Because obviously, we love ourselves some Manny.
Yes.
This palette is
awesome.
Amazing. It's so pigmented. It just is great.
Yes, and I use it a lot. You can kind of see the colors that I use.
I was gonna say,
the most.
I also use it a lot, but you probably can't see the colors that I use the most because we scratched at this Pink Moon one when I first got mine to try to kind of figure stuff out. So there's like big gouges out of that one. But yeah, it looks like you've used Pink Moon quite a bit.
I use that to blend other blushes.
Oh.
It's like my little blender shade since it's so light.
Oh, I don't know. You can probably tell on mine which one I use the most. I'm pretty sure I use Spacey the most. This is probably my favorite one, Spacey.
Yeah, I use all of them. The one that I use the least is Spacey just because I just haven't been feeling a lot of dark blush lately.
I love me some dark blush. I love blush everywhere, all over everywhere. And then the Manny, the lip products that we also got with this, also bangers.
Yes, they're
but
great.
You know, this isn't the year of the lips.
Right,
so.
we weren't wearing those right now.
We're not really wearing many lips. My foundation is the Urban Decay Stay Naked Weightless Liquid Foundation. This actually is super recent purchase. I believe Cece had it, and then I bought it, and Cece's like, hey, I have that foundation. I'm pretty sure it was around the time we did that Manny video that I got this. The shade I have is 31NN, and I feel like the undertone of this foundation is closer than other undertones, and I think that's why I gravitate towards this one. The formula is really great also, so love this for myself.
Yes, and the foundation I have is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous foundation. So I didn't buy this, I got this in gratis from when I worked at Sephora, and the shade is not quite right for me, but it's the closest one they had. However, with that being said, it's workable. So I've been really liking this. I tried this out. I've had this, okay, since it launched. I've had this since it launched and I didn't use it at all because I'm like, fuck this, it's luminous, I'm not gonna wear that. Well, I've been wearing it now, closer into like winter, and I really like it for every day for work. It's really nice every day for work, and I have to wear makeup now for my job. Imagine that, didn't have to wear it at Sephora, but I have to wear it now at my other job, so that's fun.
I know, right?
But I've been going through this, and it's been the one that I've been using every day, and I really like it, especially, even if you are oily, you can touch up over it really easy, and that's what I like about it. So. Yeah, it's been really good.
Foundations. Woot.
I would rebuy it if they had my right shade, but they don't.
All right, so I have the two of these. This is like kind of like a set duo. It's not a set duo, but if they have a set duo, you should buy them both because they work better together than they do separate, which most primer and setting spray kind of duo things do. This is the Milk Hydro Grip Primer and the Milk Hydro Grip Set and Refresh Spray. I love these. I'm pretty sure I got them both from Cece.
Yes.
Not gonna lie. These are my favorite. Absolute favorite. I will repurchase these. No, like, if ands or buts, hands down, this is my absolute favorite. Ride or die, nothing is as good. This is great. This is really great for if you have slippy foundations because it adheres to your face better. Like, I personally feel like more luminous foundations, they kind of move around more in some spots on my face, and this gets it to stay, and I love that. And this, it sets it down, but doesn't take away from the rest of your face. So sometimes, especially when you spray with like a matte setting spray, it really mattifies your face and kind of flattens stuff. This gives it the most like luminous kind of glow to it that I just love. I love.
Yes, and I have a setting spray too, which I have talked about. I got this in a BoxyCharm. It's the Tarte Maracuja Miracle Mist, which I thought I would hate. I use it every time I do my makeup now because I don't use it how most people use it. I use it as a primer. It's not marketed to be a primer. It's definitely marketed to be a setting spray, but it works great for primer. It also works. So what I do, which is a little bit different than some people do, is I will prime my face with it and then put something different in my T-zone because it's still oily. And then I'll put my foundation on, and before I set my foundation with powder, I will go in and put this on top of my foundation to like lock in the foundation layer before I put powder on. And then the powder grabs to it a little bit more since I am oily and helps it last longer. So that's what I use it for. I don't typically spray it on at the end unless I'm really feeling like I'm dry. But I use it before and right after foundation. And it works great that way. So I will repurchase this. I like it a lot.
So, pro tip, if you were having issues, maybe give that a go. Because that sounds like something I want to try.
Yeah,
I
like it. And the mister is great. It just like...
Yeah.
It's beautiful fine mister. And it smells good.
I'm just going to move right along to, I have one face powder. This is the Physicians Formula Air Brushing Pressed Powder. So I actually use a lot of pressed powders, and I know Cece is not a big fan of pressed face powders, but I have this in the shade Translucent. I also have the shade Beige. Beige is really nice tone for summer for setting my face down. However, now that it's winter and I'm much paler, I use it to contour. And it is like Cece like contour. So Cece likes that nice natural, like I woke up like this kind of contour. And it works really well for that like nice like bronzy kind of glow. You can definitely see that there's like some differentiation in the tones on your face, and I love it for that. It also makes your face look flawless. Like if you finish with it, which I don't know if you're supposed to finish with it or I just use it for what I want to. But if you finish with it, it really just makes everything just look. And I love that about this. Obviously, I have 2 of them, so I have already repurchased it. Will repurchase. This thing is great. I found this recently. Honestly, I found it recently.
Okay, I'm just going to put my 2 powders together because they're in the same category, but they're the 2 different steps. So I have the I'm Mimi, like, cube. I don't know, quad. And then I have this Aesthetica bronzer in the color Sunset, I think is the color. So one of them is contour and one of them is bronzer. I use them both together because... I mostly use the cube. So the cube has 4 different colors in it. I mainly use, you can probably see this corner, mixing these 2 together because I love them. I use this mainly just a little bit here on the hollows of my cheek and then for my nose because I find that this Aesthetica one doesn't work that great for my nose. However, the Aesthetica bronzer is great because it's light. It is so light and it's not too warm. There really isn't a huge difference if you look at the colors. In the colors, you can tell that this is warmer, but it doesn't pull too warm, which I have a struggle with bronzer. So I like both of these because the colors aren't too gray and not too warm, because that's where I find an imbalance. I really need something that's in the middle, but I also need 2 different products. So these work great. This one you can get from Yes Style. This one I assume you can buy at aesthetica.com.
Oh, so look at that. I didn't even think about that. I'm pretty sure the Aesthetica one came from BoxyCharm.
It did, but I assume they have a website.
Yeah, they probably do. I would imagine so as well.
Or maybe Boxy Resale. Try there. It's great. I've wrote off the label. You can probably see it.
Right. Obviously well loved. So the first one, okay, you know about pretty much the rest of these. So I'll just like bang through these 2 quick. So Dagger Liner. Love Dagger Liner. I love this. If you've watched the BoxyCharm that I got it in, you'll know I love this liner. It is discontinuing, which is a sad day for me. I love the shape of it. I love the formula. It stays well. It applies well. It's really great for the shape of my eyes to really get that like nice line, which I struggle with regular like pointed pen tip. So this is great. And then P. Louise Makeup Base. You guys all know how I feel about P. Louise Makeup Base. This stuff is the bomb. This stuff is great. The shade that I have is the Broomer 0.05, which I feel like it's light enough to mix with like pigments, like loose pigments, or really, really bright shadows to make them look really, really super bright. It is lighter than I am. So if you're like referencing skin tone, probably don't, because it's really, really light.
Well, and they make so many shades. Some that aren't even skin tones. They make like reds and greens.
Yeah, there's a plethora of them, and it's $15. This is a great $15.
And it'll go a long way.
It's really worth it. They sell them. I feel like I got this from the Morphe website, but they might sell it at like Ulta and stuff now. I feel like they're getting
or
out there.
PLouise.com. They have I assume their whole selection would probably be on like.
Yeah, they didn't have when I ordered this. They didn't have my skin tone. So I just got one that was close-ish to my skin tone. But when I put it on my eye, like Cece sees me over there putting it on my eye, it's like white.
Yeah.
It looks practically white.
If you want a different alternative, if you feel like that's going to be hard for you to find, the Anastasia eye primer is almost the exact same thing, exact same color, exact same texture. But it only comes in one color. I called it
was something
eyelid
hilarious.
spackle.
Yes, it was spackle or something. It was great. It was really great. All right. So then my very last one is the Kiss Lash Glue Liner. This thing is amazing. Okay, if you struggle with applying eyelashes with a traditional squeeze tube, or even the little
like eyeliner
duty
looking
bobber, because a lot of them come with like a flat, almost like a spatula like style plastic applicator, and some of them have a brush tip. If you have a difficult time using those, try this. Honestly, try this. This makes it so much easier. I don't know what the recommended application style is, but I put it on my eye very close to my eyelash after I'm all done, eyeliner, mascara, like the whole shebang, and then press it into my eyelid. And I also apply it to the lash, which I don't have a lash to show you, like on the inside of the lash, and then I stick it, and it's like the glue on this and the glue on this just brings it right together, and they do not come off. I love this. I love this stuff. It makes applying lashes so much easier on myself. I have not tried to do this to somebody else, so I don't know how it would work on somebody else, but this is a game changer in my opinion. I feel like it's easier than doing like the magnetic lashes. It's easier than
magnetic lashes are a struggle unless you really are versed.
Or like a regular lash glue, because you have to wait so long. You don't have to wait as long with this. It's quick. Even the quick set lash glue, I feel like you still have to wait a little while. This is really quick. So I highly recommend this. I really, really like it. Yeah. Yay, this product.
I have 2 mascaras. So one is the Petite and Pretty Fully Feathered Volumizing, and then the other one is a baby Anastasia. They have a full size, I just have the small one. Okay, so I like these for 2 different reasons, but the wands are like almost the same exact one. Like they're the same wand.
I feel like they are.
The formulas are so separate. So they're both meant to be volumizing. This one, I would say, is definitely, I don't want to say spider lash, but is a lot more buildable than the Anastasia one. I like this for if you don't want to wear false lashes, but still want a decent amount of length out of your own lashes, especially since my lashes aren't super long, but I have quite a few of them. So it works really well to kind of build up that volume and that length. The Anastasia one I like because it gives you a really feathered lash. It's very feathery. It works great for the bottom lashes. It doesn't like get clumpy, so if you feel like you don't want necessarily as much clump and like togetherness like this one, the Anastasia one is better. But they're both really good. I like both of them a lot. I will 100%. I'm almost actually out of this one. I'll go buy that because I love it a lot. But the Anastasia one is great too. So those are my 2 like interchangeable. Or sometimes I even use them together.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure you use them together.
Because I'll put this one first and then this one after for separation and volume.
For separation and volume. I mean, all right. So I lied. I have one other thing. It was just hiding here from me. My bad. Okay, so this is the very last one.
And then I have one more.
It is a sponge. Oh yeah, it is a sponge. Sorry, I didn't see this thing. I actually really like that too. It is the Cashmere sponge from Real Techniques. It is obviously like this shape. It's a weird shape. I don't even know how to describe this shape. It's squishy. It's like fuzzy. Like if you ever tried the Juno & Co sponges, they're like fuzzy. This is fuzzy and it's great. It works great. I feel like it doesn't suck up as much foundation. However, when I was washing it in Cece's bathroom, like foundation was just pouring out of it.
I mean, it probably hasn't been washed in a hot minute either, so Mike, take that with.
It sure hasn't. I don't wash these very often. I'm gross. It's fine. But I really like the shape of this because of the shape that it is. I feel like it's easier to control. It fits really well underneath of your eyes and in my nose. Like these sides of my nose, those are the hard parts for me. Now I'm done.
Okay. My last thing is a Pretty Vulgar product. I've been really up the Pretty Vulgar train because I keep getting so much stuff and their stuff is great. This is something that I am almost out of. I've almost used this. That baffles me. I don't run out of anything. Bobby runs out of things. I don't run out of things. So like this and this is shocking to me that I am almost out of them because I just have so much stuff and I used to get so much more stuff. But this concealer is freaking fantastic. I have the shade Little White Lies, which I think is the same shade Bobby has.
Yeah, that's the same shade I have.
It works great. So I have a lot of redness here on my face. It's from rubbing on things. Masks just made it worse. So they're just there. It works great without foundation. It works great with foundation. It works great for natural days, BB creams, tinted moisturizers, oil moisturizers. It doesn't matter what it is. This goes with it.
It does. I would say
it's a good texture.
It's not really for a full coverage foundation, in my opinion. But if you're using that kind of concealer, I don't know why you would.
But here's the thing. It is. But it's better if you're using it for extra additional spot coverage on places like, for example, like I said, I have redness, and even if I use a full coverage foundation, it does not stick to here. This concealer sticks to it. That's why I like it. It has a really good grippiness to it. So it might not be the most full coverage thing ever, but if you're having a hard time getting something to stick to a certain place on your face, which I have a couple, here's one of them, here's another one. My makeup never freaking sticks, and I don't know why. This sticks to it. I don't know why it does, but it does, and it's great, and I love it. I wish I had more colors, because this one's not necessarily my color, but I use it anyway.
I think it's the lightest one.
Well,
I think that one is.
We're just gonna keep making it work then.
We're gonna keep making it work. I also really like that one. I don't feel like I can use it with full coverage as like the traditional sense of makeup. Like she's using it for something specific.
Right.
And I don't have, I mean, I do have that issue, but I just let it go. Like I let it go. Because it just, like, where my glasses pads go, nothing stays there.
Well, and I
Nothing
mean, you're
does.
wearing the glasses there anyway, and now there's just like a permanent dent in your face.
There really is a permanent dent on my face, like, no lie. But I really like it for natural days. It works really well with the Pure Lace BB cream.
Yeah, it does.
Really well with the ColourPop one. Just with the e.l.f. one. Honestly,
Yeah.
it just
It works good
it's
with the
really good with
Lancome
BB
one.
creams.
Yeah, it's
For, like,
great.
really natural, nice days. And the best part about it is not really drying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have to set it, but it's not, like, it's not too wet and it's not too dry.
Yes.
That's great. It's great.
Yes. Honorable mention, if you want something similar, the Kasha Concealer does pretty much the same thing. It's not quite as much coverage as this
Yeah, I
one
was
is.
gonna say it's really light.
But it's really, if you're wanting a similar effect, it does a similar thing. And you can also apply it with like your fingers. It's just very versatile. Very versatile.
I don't feel like it creases, like, it doesn't crease that bad.
No.
Where I have other ones that do, like, I have a lot of other concealers that do crease. So
beautiful concealer. Wonderful. I don't know where I'm going to get it again, but because I don't know, unless Pretty Vulgar's website, I don't know if any other locations.
Maybe BoxyCharm will have a pop-up and it will be on there because I feel like we bought that from BoxyCharm as well.
Yeah.
Boxy's just...
This came in a BoxyCharm. That I remember.
I was going to say, Boxy sometimes has hits. Sometimes
really
they
do.
have things that you're like, I don't know if I'm going to like this. And then you're like, this is the best thing I've ever tried.
Yes. And
so
then,
thank you, Boxy, for that.
Right. Say there's a couple honorable mentions of some other stuff, but these were like the...
Yeah, these ones were like the ones that if I was going to pack to go somewhere and I could only bring a certain thing that I know I'm going to use, that would be the thing.
Yep.
So, I mean, obviously there's like powders because you can't do your makeup. I can't do my makeup without powder.
Right. I
So, like a setting powder or, you know, you're going to need an eyeshadow palette. I just go through so many eyeshadow palettes. I can't just pick one that I like really, really love.
I agree with that. I will say, if we're wanting to honorable mention some eyeshadow palettes, I wasn't using it in 2020, but I was using it for a long time. Urban Decay Born to Run palette's beautiful. I love that.
That is a really pretty
It's wonderful. It's very workable. I have the Manny MUA, whatever the heck.
The one with the Medusa
head on it. Greek Goddess, that one's
that's
great
the
too. Anything brown in it's pretty good.
Ace Beauty has really, really beautiful eyeshadow formulas.
So if you want just a couple,
if you're looking for some things from eyeshadowy things, we've got all kinds of like.
There's so many
stuff. She's got tons of palettes.
Natasha
she's got
Denona
a huge old palette.
is great. But Juvia's Places little 6-pan eyeshadows, they're $14, and sometimes
that's
you
pretty
can get them
close.
on sale for $7. Phenomenal pigmentation. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
So those are honorable mentions for eyeshadows that we love.
Yeah, since we didn't have any eyeshadow palettes here.
Yes. So,
yeah.
Otherwise, I think that kicks off most of 2020 for makeup.
That sends it out the fucking door with a big ass boot just right behind it.
Yes. Thank you guys for coming on us with our 2020.
Thank you for English.
Yes, you're welcome. We don't know how to do that here.
We don't know how to do English here.
Obviously, because K-pop is melting our brains, and
That's what my mom
it doesn't work. But thank you for joining us for our 2020 favorites makeup edition. Yep, that was a noise that came out of Avi. If you like this, if you like makeup, if you like K-pop, if you like us, if you like not being able to speak the language that you were born speaking,
honestly,
like and subscribe.
Oh man,
we enjoy having you here. We enjoy making videos for you. Happy 2020 and happy 2021. May it not be as much of a shit show as last year was.
Please and thank you. Amen.
Yes. To our Lord and Savior, who shall not be named.
Whose name we cannot pronounce.
Yes. All right.
All right.
Goodbye.